To LimeGuru channel. In this video we will see that how you can run your first Spark structured streaming job using Kafka as a source, and how you can consume JSON data from Kafka, how you can parse JSON data from Kafka into different columns in your structured streaming job, and then you can generate the output and send the output from your Spark structured streaming job. So if I tell you about the high level project structure, so this is my Java project. Let me zoom in a little bit. So this is my Java project structure on this Spark structured streaming which I have highlighted. So it's a standard Java project where I have pom.xml. So you see pom.xml here, and in pom.xml I have defined all the dependencies. So the Spark version I'm using is 2.3.1, and then we have all the Spark structured streaming related dependency in terms of Spark streaming, Spark SQL Kafka, and then Spark SQL, Spark Core. All those dependencies are available here in this file. And let me zoom in again a little bit. So here you can see all the dependencies related to Spark, and then we have in the end we have the build process for this project. So this is a standard pom.xml. The main part is that the Spark dependencies, all of these dependencies has to be available in pom.xml. Now let me show you the code now, which is inside src main Java. So the name of the Java file is my structured Spark streaming job. Let me pull it down a little bit so that I can show you the code. So what this Spark job structured streaming job is doing is, it is first we are creating a Spark session. So Spark session we are creating on my local, so master is on local. So we will be running this job on local only, just for the demonstration purpose. Then second is we are creating a data frame. With this data frame is getting created using a streaming data set. Now this streaming data set is from Kafka, where I am connecting to my local Kafka. So if you see the Bootstrap servers, it is pointing to my local Kafka, and if I show you, my Kafka server is already running. So you see here there is Zookeeper is running, as well as my brokers are running. So both these servers are running, and I have provided the Bootstrap servers connection details as my local host. So it will connect to my local Kafka, and then we will see that I'll publish certain messages on my local Kafka, then how this Spark structured streaming consume the messages. Then what I'm doing is, after that, once I consume the data from Kafka, it will have certain formatted data. So let's say the topic name will be inside this topic column, then partition of that particular message will be in the partition, offset of that particular message which is getting consumed will be in offset, and then the complete value which I have posted onto the Kafka topic, my messages will be inside this column value. So value is the column where I'll be having the messages which I posted to Kafka, and I'll be reading all these messages along with certain metadata of messages, which is offset of that message, partition of that message, and from which topic this message came. Then in the last, what I'm doing is I am writing my output back onto the console. I'll show you the output on the console. So my sync is console output, and then I'm going to start the query, and I'm going to, the Spark job will wait until this process keeps on running. So let me try to run this job now. So I'll run this job now, run as Java application. So if I show you the console log, so you will see here that Spark context created, Spark session created, and now it has connected to my Kafka topic also. If I zoom in a little bit, so you can see here that it has connected to my Kafka topic, and the source is my topic. You can see here, and it shows the stats that how many messages it is processing at this point of time. Right now I have not sent any messages, so that's why number of input rows are 0. Let's try to send the messages. I have put some sample messages also as part of this project structure, and I'll share this project structure GitHub link onto video description. So the sample messages are in Kafka input JSON.text. So it has certain employee data which has name, age, and country. So there are 3 employees. Let's try to push this messages onto my Kafka topic, and the Kafka topic which is connected with this Spark streaming job is the my topic. So if you see here, this job is connected to my topic, as I told you. So I'll push messages onto the topic with the name my topic. So this is my console. Let me clear this and let me run the producer here so that I can push some messages. So you can see here I'm running my producer, Kafka console producer, onto this topic, my topic. So it has opened the producer utility, producer C command line interface. So I'm going to paste these messages. So 3 messages have been pushed, which I've just copied, and let's see what happened on the Spark structured streaming job. So if I zoom in a little bit, if I go up, so you see that all the 3 messages which I posted have been consumed, and it has been printed onto the console output because I'm using console sync. So it has printed my topic name, my partition name, my offset number and value. So this has been printed. Now what is the challenge here? You see the whole JSON has been printed in a single column. What if you want to parse this JSON? Let's say you want name in a different column, age in a different column, and a country in a different column. So the JSON should be exploded. It should be normalized to different columns. Instead of a single column value, I need to have different columns for different attributes of a JSON. So for that, I'm going to uncomment this code and I'll tell you what this code is doing. So now what I'm trying to do is I am creating one Java object which is the employee schema. This schema has 3 attributes: name, age, as well as the country. And this schema is consistent with my message which I just showed you, which is name, age and country. So name, age and country, I've created a schema. What I'm doing after that is I am going to select the earlier columns as it is, which is metadata columns, let's say topic, partition and offset. And after that I'm going to explode this JSON. I'm going to explode this JSON using from JSON function, and I want the JSON column name was value. So you see here in the value column I got this JSON. So the name of the column is value. So I want to get JSON attribute from value column, and I'm giving it a name as alias as data. After that, all the columns will be in a separate column. All the JSON attributes will be in a separate column, and then I'm going to do data.star. So that means I want to select all the attributes of the JSON. So just to repeat, I have selected from JSON function. In that from JSON function, I have applied the schema, employee schema, which I just created above. And then after that, I have selected all the attributes from the JSON. Let's try to run this program now. Let me shut down the earlier program and let's try to run it again. So the Spark context getting created again. The job has started. It's connected to Kafka now. So let's try to push the messages again. So let's see what happens now. So my messages are, let me copy it again and post it again. So okay, 3 messages have been pushed again. So let's see what is the output now. Okay, now you can see that all the JSON attributes, which is name, age and country, are in different columns because you have parsed the JSON data, and now you can write your SQL queries, Spark SQL queries on top of this complete data frame. If you don't want this metadata, let's say offset, partition and topic, you can choose to drop these columns. If you just want to play with your own data set, which is name, age and country, you can choose to select only these 3 columns. For the demonstration purpose, I've selected the metadata also. And the whole output getting printed to the console sync because I have selected console here. So that's my first Spark structured streaming job connected to Kafka, using Kafka as an input and dumping the output to my console. You can do any of the transformation using Spark SQL in between. That's totally your choice. So that's the power of Spark structured streaming, that you can play with the data set using SQL queries. So if you see here also, I can play with the column, different columns within my program. That's the power of Spark structured streaming. I hope this video is helpful to you. That's it about this video. Thank you for watching.